Case. All right, a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Ivica Zubac.
And he's been on a roll during these last few months, getting better in terms of scoring the ball and proving to be a key part of this team as we move farther along in the season.
And now the Los Angeles starters. We've got James Harden. Derek Jones is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ben Simmons. And it's Eubanks in at the 5, down low. And for San Antonio, De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle. Then there's Barnes. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Mamukelashvili in at the power forward position. Leonard gets the bucket. So many things to love about opening day. What's tops on your list, RJ?
A lot of things, really. But, man, the energy in the building. This house is rocking. These fans are so pumped up and optimistic about their team right now.
Here's Wembanyama following the score by the Clippers. And there it is for him.
With how big and powerful Wembanyama is, showing how delicate he can be with that teardrop.
Leonard on the take. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama. Fox up top. Eubanks defending. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Such confidence as a passer. He hits guys in stride and makes it look easy.
Here's Simmons. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Playing bully ball inside. Simmons very effective around the rim.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Fox outside. He takes it in. Richard, the first winner of the NBA Clutch Player of the Year, De'Aaron Fox.
And he's great late in games because he's so quick. You got to give him space. But he's improved his outside shot, so you can't just lay off of him. It makes him a little tough to guard, especially late.
Sohan's checked in for Barnes.
You got to love how scrappy De'Aaron Fox is. No matter what kind of challenges he faces in a game, he's never giving less than his all.
Oh, had a nice open look right there.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Wembanyama, screen on Harden. Wembanyama, pass to Sohan. Yes! And it's Wembanyama picking up the assist.
So good at keeping his balance through contact. Sohan showing some poise right there.
Harden drives in. Outside Jones. Oh, and another three for the Clippers.
Out to a hot start. 4 makes and 5 shots to begin this ball game.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Greg Popovich. He's focused on what they need to do to stop James Harden, saying they need to be aggressive defensively without putting him on the line. Once he starts racking up the freebies, the game slows down, he gets into a rhythm, and from there, it's a domino effect.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. San Antonio shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. As quick as anyone in the league, RJ. De'Aaron Fox. How does his speed affect the game?
Well, he's one of those players that normally you have one or the other, but he's quick and fast. And that's a mean combination because in the open court, he can break you down. In the half court, he has the quick left to right lateral movement that can cause problems in pick and roll.
Now here's Harden. Coming in off 21 points in his last outing. Pass to Eubanks. And here's Leonard. Now here's Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out to Leonard. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
Hey, it's blocked by Simmons.
And you can feel the swat from here. Simmons packs a punch on these blocks.
Eubanks, the pass to Harden. And he goes in for the dunk.
He may give up a little size, but has the bounce to hold his own.
Outside Wembanyama. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And stolen by Jones. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. Harden finds Leonard. Fires for 3. Pure from 3-point range. Leonard's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Outside for Wembanyama. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Los Angeles leading by 3. Leonard with a screen on Fox. Pass to Simmons. Here's Eubanks. 5 to shoot. Leonard inside. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
Wembanyama down low. Eubanks is there. Fox with the ball. Picked up by Eubanks. From deep, Wembanyama. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Well, Sohan has been well coached on attacking the glass, and doing that gets him the follow-up bucket.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clock. And there's the call on Jeremy Sohan. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Outside Harden. Leonard outside. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama.
With his length and energy, Wembanyama has the ability to be a game-changing defender.
And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass getting it done. Already 7 lead changes. These teams are really going after each other.
It's been a brutal game to play, but a fun one to watch. And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
And so... And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for San Antonio.
Showing their energy so far, sprinting up and down the floor, getting out in transition and taking advantage.
And I've also liked how they've attacked the opposition off of turnovers. I mean, just making them pay for every mistake out there.
And so in the game for Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Ben Simmons is out there with James Harden. Then there's Derek Jones, and it's Eubanks in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
The shot by Eubanks, no good. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. It's a 3-point game. And, Richard, we talked about Victor Wembanyama. 7'4", skilled. Did you ever think we'd see a player like him?
Maybe in about 20 years, but we're seeing more and more hybrids. He is just an outlier that we have never seen before. The tallest player in the league and one of the most skilled.
And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Harden's shot is good. Harden's got 7 points.
Fighting for those points, the beard playing tough.
Fox against Harden. Outside for Wembanyama. The 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Harden, the pass to Jones. Back to Harden. Screen by Leonard. Fires the 3. It's good. Off the assist from Harden. Harden's got 4 assists now tonight.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. 12 points for him.
Man, Wembanyama getting it done. Woo!
And the call will be against James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him.
In the first half, you want to stay aggressive, but you also want to be careful. That is his second foul already.
Fox left side. Outside Wembanyama. Jacks up a 3. Ooh, Wembanyama with the silky stroke from 3.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
Out to Leonard. Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, B.A., and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse, but some rebuilds take longer than others.
San Antonio leading by 3. Fox goes in. Some solid D from Eubanks.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Let me say this. If you need it, he's got it. Harden does everything you want out of an offensive weapon.
Screen by Leonard.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Outside for Harden. From outside the arc. Rebound by San Antonio. Wembanyama's got his 4th rebound in this one. Fox goes in. Here's Castle. Oh, Simmons with the block.
An all-defensive selection in this league. Ben Simmons has all the tools to be elite on this end.
Leonard on the wing. Give him 8. And the ball out of play. The Spurs will have it. San Antonio leading. Since drafting Wembanyama, the Spurs have looked like a team that gets better every game, RJ.
And they're still so young. They're learning the intricacies of the game and how to play with each other. But you can tell things are coming together and the future looks bright.
And slam dunk by Simmons.
As a scorer, Simmons' best work comes right at the rim.
Here's Fox. Pass to Castle. And stolen by Simmons. And it's the Clippers on the break. Great hustle, Leonard.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Here's Fox. Banked it in off the glass.
He is a rare one who's more comfortable inside. Fox, look, his game is about attacking, getting in close, not necessarily making a ton of threes.
Pass to Eubanks. Leonard outside. And there's the screen. Outside Harden. Clock at 4. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. Simmons, no good.
Despite the defensive presence, he challenges at the rim. Give him an A for effort.
Here's Fox. Denied by Leonard.
Oh, the claw strikes again. Kawhi using that big hand of his to get on the shot.
Eubanks the screen. Harden the pass to Eubanks. Outside for Harden. And Harden with the slam.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the Spurs. Hit a couple from downtown this quarter. More 2K action in just a moment.
Taking a look at the Clippers. They don't get their home opener until next game. But tonight, they start this new season on the road. Kind of like...
As we shift our focus now to the Spurs, it's a tight one after 2 quarters of play.
Sometimes we overlook it, but the defense has been...
And that'll do it for us.
And in that... First half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. You know, Victor Wembanyama has been exceptional here, guys.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Johnson is out there with Devin Vassell. Then there's Barnes. And it's Champagnie at the small forward position. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
San Antonio trailing here. Over to the left wing. Bassi. No good on the triple.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Batum. Pass to Coffey. Outside Bogdanovich. Tries again. Zubats with it. And the layup is good off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 3.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Vassell passes to Champagnie. Vassell outside. The 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. They'll be playing host to Houston for their next game. And that's a 1-game homestand for the club. Pass to Bogdanovich. Gets the 3 ball to go. Now it's a 6-point Los Angeles lead.
And this has been a nice start to the second half. They're 3 out of 4 in a rhythm on the offense right now.
Here's Bassi. Shot to stop the run. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Something Vassell is only improving at, recognizing these chances to drop an easy dime.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, Brian, Devin Vassell is progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie. Thanks. Vassell passes to Barnes. Here's Bassi. He's guarded by Zubats. Here's Champagnie. No points so far. Here's Bassi. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. And now it's just a 2-point Clipper lead. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Bogdanovich passes to Coffey. To the middle. Oh, deflected. in transition. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
When you're out and running, this is who you want to get it to. Keldon Johnson has a great feel for how to score on the break.
Pass to Zubac. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Here's Champagny for the lead. Bassey, good. Bassey's got 7 points for the quarter. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. 1:46 left in the third quarter. Here's Coffey outside Bogdanovich. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Vassell. That one a little long.
And usually that's a bucket for him. But look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
The kick out to Johnson. Spurs need to get one up here. Deflected!
And sometimes shooters forget how long Batum is. He uses it so well to reject shots.
The Clippers trail. Dunn outside. 58 seconds left in the third. Down low. Here's Zubac. Uses the glass on the layup. Zubac has got 6. And it's amazing. Neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time.
Yeah, these guys are leaving it all on the floor tonight.
Vassell with it. Dunn in his pocket. Champagny. The pass to Vassell. Here's Bassey. Here's Champagny. No made baskets yet. The 3 from Barnes. And San Antonio hits again from deep.
He's a dangerous shooter from deep. Barnes can hit some big shots out there.
Dunn, the pass to Batum. And out of bounds. San Antonio will have it.
San Antonio ball.
On offense, here is San Antonio. They're on a 12-4 run. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
The length of Batum is sometimes a problem for defenses, which is why they resort to fouling him.
Batum, 2 shots.
And he's good on the second. There's 10 seconds left in the third quarter. And Fox, here we go. Right side, Wembanyama. He's still feeling it. And no good trying to use the glass. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. It's the Spurs leading by 1. And time to step away quick. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the floor for the Clippers, Nicholas Batum out there with Drew Eubanks. Then it's James Harden. Then it's Ben Simmons. And it's Jones in at the 3. Batum outside. Outside Simmons. And timeout called by Ty Lue. Looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Guys, over the last break, I listened to Tyronn Lue address the team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
Okay, thanks, Allie. Mamukelashvili passes to Wembanyama. Right wing. Three-pointer. The rebound by Simmons. And Simmons has got the ball here for Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. Sohan with some nice D. San Antonio has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Castle. Launches a three. On target from range. And the Spurs lead by 4.
You're upgrading the three-point shot. It's big for Castle as he continues to develop.
Here's Harden. And rejected. Fox outside. Outside Wembanyama. Fox outside. And the foul on Ben Simmons. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Harden against Fox. Mamukelashvili. Yes! And a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got his 5th assist in this one. Screen by Leonard. Harden, the pass to Leonard. To the paint. Here's Simmons. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
Yeah, something else they're doing in this game is striking from long range. The defense just hasn't been able to keep them off the arc tonight.
Harden misses.
Clippers foul. James Harden. Third personal foul. Second team foul.
Honestly, we have never seen someone like Victor Wembanyama, a skilled 7.5-footer. I mean, the way he moves, it's unreal.
Wembanyama, screen on Harden. Outside Wembanyama. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
I'm going to say he hasn't found the same success here in the second half compared to what we saw from him in the first.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Simmons looking around. Soft touch off the glass.
Cutting into this lead. They're well within striking distance.
A stop or two in the next minute or so, and they could even this game up. Great job to keep battling.
Outside Wembanyama. Here's the three. San Antonio again missing. Clippers trail by 5. Here's Simmons. Rebounded by Fox.
I'm not sure what happened there. His family's in the building. I don't know. You have to finish those.
Sohan. And the three-pointer goes.
Off the catch, Sohan is pretty reliable. He's a smart shooter, and he won't pass the ball.
Nice finish.
Man, big time right there.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? Pass to Mamukelashvili. Fox against Harden. Wembanyama up top. 6 to shoot. Out left to the wing. The rebound by Eubanks. Eubanks, he's got 4 rebounds in the game. Inside. Oh, Fox with a steal. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
Yeah, just some terrific effort there. And you know the whole team will get an energy boost off a block like that one.
Spurs lead by 6. And it's Derek Jones with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
1:10 left to play in the fourth. It's Fox with a drive. Outside for Wembanyama. Let's go with a three. Ben Simmons grabs the board.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. He's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Wembanyama, screen on Harden. Sohan outside. Wembanyama screen. From deep. San Antonio again can't hit.
You know what? He's got to look to get other guys involved. The three-point stroke is off.
It's stolen by Wembanyama. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
Harden to pass to Leonard. Here's the pick. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
When you've got your opponent down, don't let him up. This one's all but over.
Timeout called, the Clippers. They're trailing by 4. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
They're going to have to work fast coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, no time to waste. They basically have to execute things perfectly from here on out.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Harden. Pass to Eubanks. A deep three. And the miss. So it's a narrow victory for the Spurs, pulling out the W. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. It really
NBA action. On 2K. And a look here at the passing numbers over the last several months for Chris Paul.
He hasn't been nearly as effective a passer these past few months, and that's unfortunate because when he's passing it well and the assists are coming, he is a much more complete player. It's something he has to be thinking about.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Nas Reed out there with Randall, and it's DiVincenzo in at the 1 spot. The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Guarded by Fox. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
San Antonio ball.
Coaching staffs, Clark, have certainly grown since your time in the league. Do you think that can lead to too many voices in the locker room?
I really don't think that's an issue, Kevin, because no matter how many coaches you have, typically they are all in sync, and the head coach has usually put his staff together, and therefore they're moving in the same direction.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do.
Looking to end the run, Dante DiVincenzo, and that's good.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Fox. First quarter, about a minute and a half in.
How about the vertical from Fox? Throwing it down with authority. Go get it, young fella.
DiVincenzo against Fox. Here's DiVincenzo. Takes it inside. Here's McDaniels. A three-pointer off the mark.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Here's Castle. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Edwards. The 3. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Minnesota comes into this one following a loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee. Fox passes to Mamu Kelishvili. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Edwards against Barnes. McDaniels kicks to Randall. Here's Edwards. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall.
A fantastic decision-making big. Randall with the right choice there, finding the open man.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. De'Aaron Fox stays in attack mode. He says people don't want to guard somebody that's going to attack them on every possession. You can't get that break. You can't take any plays off. His speed, Kevin, that is a lot to deal with all game long.
A ton, David, to deal with, no question. DA thanks. The 3 from Barnes. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 8. Pass to McDaniels. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Basically just ignored that contact inside. really tough finish by McDaniels.
And you see, don't you, Clark, the steady progression year over year for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he's already an all-star since his 3rd season. With Edwards, the chance is there, if he continues to show the same improvement he's shown thus far, that he's going to be MVP caliber, and I dare say, perhaps the face of the league for several years to come.
And the wingspan of Wembanyama, massive. He's fantastic at using it to erase shots. I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Here's Edwards. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
A composed and cool effort from Edwards inside. Not rushing himself or forcing a bad shot. Taking what's available.
And a wide open look for Wembanyama. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 4 assists now tonight. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And the wide open shot from Reed buries the long-range jumper.
Off-ball preparation paying off for Reed. He was just waiting for that pass.
Wembanyama outside. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Wembanyama's got 12 in the game. And here is DiVincenzo. Shoots over Fox. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Victor Wembanyama. And so far through 1 quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Getting downhill has really been impressive to me. Not settling from the outside. They're going right to the rack.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
On the court for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Handle out there with Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. Right, we know about the Eurostep, but is the D-cell the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Devin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
So it's the Timberwolves now, following the bucket by the Spurs. Just 4 to shoot. Here's DiVincenzo. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 5.
DiVincenzo with the nice touch on the inside shot. Boy, he really knows how to make it work at close range.
Pass to Castle. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That is his first foul of the game. McDaniels against Fox. Castle.
What I love about DiVincenzo defensively is his competitive spirit. This guy loves to battle and compete.
Takes the 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. DiVincenzo's got 5 points in the quarter.
He does not lack for confidence. And he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Here's Wembanyama. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. 8 points for him. And he uses the glass on the layup. DiVincenzo's got 10 points in the game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Boy, I like the focus and unselfishness Fox brings to the court. A strong defender with lightning quick reflexes in every spot.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Timberwolves trail by 8. When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, but this guy gets deflections, he goes after loose balls, he gets you extra possessions on the glass, he steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
Here's Fox. Anthony Edwards making his last shot.
Yeah, I like the way Fox uses his wiry frame there. I mean, even when he's getting knocked around and jostled about, he maintains control and still gets the job done.
This is his third free throw attempt of the game. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Reed with a screen for DiVincenzo. Randall right side. And Randall throws it down.
You know, once he has the positioning he wants, he's ready for the big finish. Julius Randle throwing it down.
Fox feeling it out a bit. Over to the left wing. Outside for Wembanyama. Shot clock at 6. 3-on-3. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Trains the three-pointer. Randall's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, you know, he's evolving his offense over time, Julius Randle, and I think the coaching staff is happy to see it. They like to see him take and make these shots.
Wembanyama against Reed. 13 feet away. Minnesota with the rebound. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
And you know what? If they run away with this game like they did in that one, I'd expect to see plenty of minutes again for the guys coming off the bench.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance that saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Back to Fox. Wembanyama sets a screen for Fox. Fires for 3. Julius Randle with the rebound.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch. And the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Near the three-point line, it's at and the buzzer beater's good.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter to give you a little feel-good momentum.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's San Antonio. They're up by 5. And we'll be back.
And guys, I want to talk for a sec about the talent level in this league. In fact, I'd say it's never been better.
You sure?
Shifting gears back to that first half, De'Aaron Fox had it all working.
Well, Fox is on fire.
And that's all for us.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
We've got Jeremy Sohan. Devin Vassell out there with Keldon Johnson. And it's Champagnie in at the 3. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half.
And what do you expect from Vassell? He's an accurate shooter from the perimeter.
Greg, you know this. Getting that second contract is a major goal for young players in the NBA, like Devin Vassell.
And Devin did, signing a huge 5-year extension in 23. And he ended up having his finest year after inking that deal. Vassell has a very bright future.
So it's San Antonio now. They've held a 12-point lead early. Here's Dillingham, covered by Johnson. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. And finished off by Gobert.
Double-digit boards, a regular occurrence for Gobert. Makes it easier to get those second-chance hoops, too.
Johnson sends the screen for Vassell. Floats one, and the basket is good. Vassell's got 5 points now this quarter.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there. Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And you see the quickness out in transition. Vassell, so tough to stop.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Gobert, the pass to Alexander Walker. Hits the three-point bomb. Alexander Walker's got his first 3 points of the game.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Here's Vassell. Sweet little floater. And the Spurs lead by 9.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Gobert, the screen. Lets the three fly. And another three for Minnesota.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Vassell kicks to Johnson. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Out to Miller. Gobert, the pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Gobert. Massey pulls it in.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Vassell outside. Pass to Johnson. And the basket by Vassell. And now a 10-point Spurs lead.
And I like that they're not settling. Hitting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Now here's Gobert. 6 to shoot. Miller with a screen on Johnson. And Greg, talk about a guy who can create for himself. Dillingham can already score on elite defenders.
Yeah, and Kevin, a lot of that is his footwork. You can see the hours he's put into it. And then add in the body control and quickness. Good luck slowing this young man down.
Here's Vassell. 11 points in the game. For 3. That one misses.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Here's Alexander Walker, covered by Vassell. Gobert, the screen. There's the killer two-handed slam.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And just beating the open man. Nice recognition there from Vassell.
The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
Yeah, he's owning them on the offensive end, but, you know, he can't do it by himself.
Spurs leading by 6. 44 seconds left in the third quarter. Vassell wide open. Drills it from outside. Vassell's got 14 points here in the second half.
You got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
Gobert with a screen on Vassell. Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative and make something happen.
They grab their own miss. Bassey, just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Vassell outside. Sohan with the screen. A second chance effort. That one doesn't drop. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Spurs lead by... While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this one?
Yeah, and as a two guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Reed is out there with Randall, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard. Now here's DiVincenzo, and Reed has it in the corner. No good from outside.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Pass to Wembanyama. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And this kid is tough. Wembanyama just powering it in despite the contact.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for San Antonio.
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
And, you know, the more they penetrated, the more they realized the defense wasn't able to stop them. So they just kept doing it.
Here's Fox following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Wembanyama outside from past the arc. Julius Randle with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 11. DiVincenzo kicks to McDaniels. Back to DiVincenzo. Randle outside. Fires away from way outside. The three-pointer is right on target.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but... in this one.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Edwards looking it over. Randall with a screen for Edwards. Edwards at the rim.
Edwards is rolling right now. If I'm his teammates, he's getting the rock every time.
Spurs leading by 9. Fox goes in. Outside for Wembanyama. And Fox gets it to go. 14 points for De'Aaron Fox.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Here's Randall. Rebound San Antonio. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Wembanyama for 3. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Fox has got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Randall with a screen for Edwards. It's rebounded by De'Aaron Fox.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers.
The shot by Wembanyama, no good. Timberwolves trail by 14. DiVincenzo finds Edwards. And the foul called on Edwards. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
For San Antonio, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at the end of the fourth.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
They need this. Pass to DiVincenzo. Reed with a screen on Fox. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Spurs.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for De'Aaron Fox.
I thought he was their catalyst tonight, guys. Moving the rock, actively looking to set other guys up. Outstanding work.
No one gets from point A to point B faster than Fox. His explosiveness helps him on the break.
Pass to Mamu Kalashvili. Here's Wembanyama for three. Drains it from beyond the arc. Wembanyama's got 31 points.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Now here's Reed. From outside the arc, Edwards no good. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another. And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
A shot by McDaniels, no good. And so it's San Antonio, easily taking this one. They poured it on tonight, dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game...
Sports for our... All right, a chance now to take a look at the steals over the last few months for Kawhi Leonard.
And the defense he's played lately has really been tremendous. It's clear he's working his tail off on this end and collecting a number of steals as a result. You have to commend that type of effort.
So the opening lineup for the Timberwolves and is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Naz Reid out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Here's Harden following the score by Minnesota. Stand 2 of the greatest words in all of sports, opening day.
Absolutely, Brian. Everybody's undefeated, everybody's optimistic, and everybody is eager to get going, whether you're playing or the guy on the sidelines drawing up plays.
And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim. Now here's McDaniels. He chipped in with 13 points in his last game. DiVincenzo, the pass to Reid. Just 5 on the clock. A slam dunk by Reid.
That's what Reid brings to the table. He's got an impressive combination of strength and mobility.
Leonard outside. Leonard with a screen on McDaniels. Out to Leonard. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. And now the T-Wolves on the break. And the call will be against James Harden. That's his first foul of the game.
First team.
Reid, a screen on Harden. Here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Reid. On the take. A slam dunk by Reid.
Great seeing Reid attack like most other players. He's at his best on the front foot.
And so it's Simmons with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game. Last time they came together was in Minneapolis, where they fell to the Timberwolves.
They failed to create enough good looks. The ball movement just wasn't quite where it needed to be.
Yeah, they had a hard time getting the looks they wanted on offense, and it's hard to get a win when that's the case.
Such a graceful move, showing off the floater game.
Simmons up top. DiVincenzo covering. DiVincenzo against Simmons. Nails the baby hook.
Well, a nice start for them. 3 for 3 in the early going, getting into a rhythm.
Harden against DiVincenzo. To the right side. Outside Edwards. Reid a screen on Jones. 5 on the clock. Edwards a pass to Reid. Drops in the 3. Reid's got 7 points.
Such a confident shooter. Reid was ready as soon as the ball got to him.
And, Coach, how about Naz Reid, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner?
Yeah, Brian, sort of unique. We often associate that award with shooting guards, but although he's a big, Reid is more than capable of putting up big numbers, including from long distance.
It's Edwards on the wing, defended by Jones. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, talk about a guy who plays above the rim, Anthony Edwards.
Here's Simmons, and it's Simmons with the jam.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. DiVincenzo with it, picked up by Eubanks. Reid, and is blocked. In transition, here come the Clippers. On the wing, Harden. What a tremendous game he played against San Antonio. Out of bounds as Los Angeles keeps possession. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Moments ago, Tyronn Lue and I were able to chat. He was emphatic, saying that Edwards was their main concern, telling me Anthony poses problems on both sides of the ball, and he is relentless. He doesn't let up. He wants his guys to match Edwards' energy.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
Here's Harden. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Outside, DiVincenzo. And it's all from three-point range. Clippers trail by 6. Leonard attacking. And the dunk by Leonard.
That hoop is what makes Kawhi so lethal. I mean, you have to respect the outside shot, but he can also take it right to the basket.
Now here's DiVincenzo. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Sends it home from three-point land. DiVincenzo's got 7 points in the game. Leonard inside. Randall's there. Over to the wing. Eubanks with it. Out to Leonard. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves closing out this. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And what's your take, guys, here on the hustle stats for the Timberwolves?
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
We've got Drew Eubanks. Ben Simmons is out there with James Harden. Then there's Derek Jones, and it's Leonard in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Now here's Edwards. He's coming off a 25-point game against Milwaukee. Deflects the pass. Clock at 2, and that one drops. Randall's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, as a shooter, Randall can be practically automatic. He gets the ball and immediately has a shot cooking.
Simmons, the pass to Leonard. No good with the triple.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Got it. 2 for 5 now.
Oh, this is why you give Leonard the ball inside and just let him go to work.
Reed to screen on Jones. Edwards with it. Picked up by Eubanks. Reed passes to Randall. And here's Edwards outside. Edwards on target.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
And Stan, while Edwards has pushed back, it hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his airness, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards. His career is just getting started.
With a tantalizing combination of size and skill, Ben Simmons has to be a headache to guard.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of this game. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And Minnesota with possession here. After the Clippers picking up a basket just a moment ago. High post Reed. Plenty of space. The rebound by Eubanks.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Big man rolling through. Give Simmons a lane to the rim, and he'll make you pay.
Now here's DiVincenzo. He's got 9. Reed for 3. He buries it from 3. Reed's got 10 points.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc. For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Randall outside. And it's Randall with the jam.
Wow, Julius Randall. We could feel the floor shaking on that one.
Out to Leonard. Harden with a screen on Randall. Leonard for three. Count it! Leonard for three.
Well, that's just excellent offense. If the defense is giving that up, you've got to take it.
And it's Derek Jones with the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
1:33 left in the first half. Edwards, no good. Clippers trail by 4. And it's the Clippers on the break. Jones with the ball. Now guarded by McDaniels.
Yeah, an elite passing forward. Simmons just dropping a dime.
To the wing on the left. Outside, DiVincenzo. Back to Reed. 4-3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. They'll be playing host to Houston for their next game. Pass to Harden. Simmons with a screen on Reed. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Reed with it. Outside Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. Edwards with some muscle.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards. Taking the contact, but staying committed to his finish.
Leonard outside. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. Leonard's got 8 here in this quarter.
And after not making any threes in the first half, he now has 2 here in the second half. Let's see if he continue to add to that.
Here's Randall. And another basket for Minnesota.
And he's been an ideal teammate tonight. He's really creating plenty of looks with his passing.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's Minnesota leading by 1. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
I only have 2 words for you. Elbow, famich. Establish yourself inside, good things will happen. That's right, Ernie.
Now let's take a moment. Thanks as always.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from Ben Simmons.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
On the court for the Timberwolves, Miller is out there with Rudy Gobert. Then there's Dillingham, then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and it's Minot in at the small forward position. There's the steal.
Not a smart pass, and he knows it. Got to disguise your intentions better than that.
Beyond the arc. They get it back. Pass to Gobert. Here's Dillingham. Clock at 6. There's the 3. Here's Gobert. Oh, ferocious from Gobert.
Well, it's like Gobert's got magnets in his hands. He's led the league in rebounding before in his career.
Batum lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks.
With his giant frame, Gobert sets a good screen and then just pivots into open position.
And since we have a moment, here are last year's most efficient scorers around the league. Second is Rudy Gobert. Ivica Zubac's third.
These guys are as close as you get to a sure thing on the offensive end. All season long, they were shooting with pinpoint accuracy.
Pass to Dillingham. Offline with a 3. Clippers trail by 3. Dillingham was the sixth man during his lone college season grant, and he proved to be instant offense.
Oh, he's got elite speed. He's great at creating space, and he's incredibly shifty. You know, he reminds me of Lou Williams in terms of physique and ability. With the defense trying to protect the interior, he pulls at the arc and drains it.
Batum outside. Here's Zubac. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Minnesota leading by 6. Pass to Miller. And that one is hammered home.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
The shot by Dunn, no good.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. Minnesota shooting their first foul shot of the night. Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
And the Clippers going with a whole new group out there.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra.
I mean, you have to love the physicality of Simmons right there. He has the strength and size to finish that play.
And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. Minnesota in the lead. Handle a screen on Jones. Here's Edwards. Outside for Randall. Reed a screen on Leonard. Here's Randall. Pass to McDaniels. 2 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. Jones grabs the board. And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for Los Angeles. Three-pointer, Harden. Can't get the putback. Minnesota leading by 8. And here's the fast break. The 3, Randall. Offensive rebound. Edwards finds Randall. Outside, DiVincenzo. Puts up a 3. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. Must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Here's Simmons. Leonard against Randall. Oh, Leonard! A special delivery!
They're taking the opportunity to get airborne. Kawhi doesn't hold back when he sees an opening.
Reed sets a screen. To the wing, right side. Pass to Edwards. Reed a screen on Jones. Back to Reed. Tipped. Leonard with the ball. Randall's in his pocket. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Here's Jones, and he dunks it down.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
The 3 ball. And it's Harden. That time on the assist by Leonard. Harden's got 10.
Yes, so much of Harden's work happens at the top of the key, but he can also work you over from the corners.
Edwards looking it over. Outside for Randall. Just 4 to shoot. Outside Reed. This one for 3. Hey, now 5 for 8. Shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
You don't want to leave Reed any space out there. He's an efficient three-point shooter.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
And there's nothing more frustrating for a coach than seeing his team giving up a bunch of second-chance points. That's going to be the main topic during this timeout.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. And Ty Lue has called a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. There's 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Leonard with a screen on Edwards. Here's Simmons, and it's Simmons with the jam.
Oh, wait. Big finish. Big time. And, man, did they need that.
You can tell he's trying to get him going with that dunk.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to...
And so it's Minnesota closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. We'll be right back. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. They've got Derek Jones, Kawhi Leonard out there with Drew Eubanks. Then it's James Harden, and it's Simmons in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And Harden with the slam.
And we've seen Harden improve on defense over the years, turning it into offense like there.
Randall outside. Driving to the basket, and it's Randall with the jam.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Here's Harden. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Left side read. Edwards against Jones. Randall outside. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. Leonard all alone. No doubt about it.
And you can't afford to lose sight of Leonard in these situations. He's just so dangerous and assertive in transition.
And here's Edwards outside. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Here's Harden. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. Harden's got 9 points here in the second half. The Timberwolves lead by 4. Pass to Edwards. Now here's Reed. Lets the 3 fly. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Leonard passes to Harden. And he drives it. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
Check it out. Harden putting on a show. Throwing down an acrobatic dunk.
Reed finds Randall. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Randall is screen on Jones. The 3 is up. Randall can't hit. Clippers trail by 5. Harden surveying the D. And he banks in the layup. Harden's got 20.
Oh, can you say important bucket by Harden? James always wants the ball in these moments. Love it.
Reed sets a screen. Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Oh, a rugged competitor. Randall's teammates trust his ability to make plays in big moments.
And then Harden with the jam.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out on the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
And Edwards slams it in.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene.
Harden against McDaniels. And then Harden with the jam.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, BA.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's DiVincenzo. Right side Reed. Now DiVincenzo. Back to Reed. 5 to shoot. Reed to screen on Jones. Here's Edwards. Money!
Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Guys, over the last break, I listened to Tyronn Lue address the team. He was very encouraging with his guys, saying to them, we are still in this one. Don't give up right now. Get out there and let's grab this lead from them. Guys, let's see if the intensity picks up here.
Thanks for that, Allie.
And there is no way anybody else is taking that shot. I mean, when it's crunch time on a big possession, Harden is always going to be that guy.
Reed passes to DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. Randall is screen on Jones. Edwards. Oh, Edwards bringing the heat.
Well, it might not be fair, but most nights we expect Edwards to put up big scoring numbers. That's what you ask of your star. Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A., the clock is theirs to burn.
Here's Randall.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
Good on the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And that'll just about do it. Coming through at the line in a big spot.
So it's Minnesota picking up the win. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. You know, you have...
Proud to bring you Wednesday night. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Kawhi Leonard.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Fox is out there with Castle. Then it's Jeremy Sohan. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the foursome. And for Los Angeles, they've got Derek Jones. Drew Eubanks out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Harden, and it's Simmons in at the shooting guard position. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
People like to debate, and Greg, I don't know if this is you, what's better, Kawhi's defense or his offense?
Well, Kevin, I'll say this. Even if he was a subpar defender, his offense alone would have him among the league's top players. But his defense isn't subpar. At its best, it's elite.
Here's Wembanyama. Clippers able to drain the three, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Brent, when you talk about the Clippers franchise, and you appreciate this so much, their first superstar was really Bob McAdoo.
And what a tremendous talent. You know, most people remember Bob McAdoo with his years with the Lakers, but man, when he was with the Buffalo Braves, 3 straight scoring titles, was the league MVP in 1975. Sorry, Dad. Some people still consider him the club's best player ever.
And it goes down 2 points. Leonard's got his second basket.
Bit of a picture-perfect start here to this game. They've connected on all 3 looks.
Fox passes to Mamu Kelishvili. Shot from the top of the key. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Well, Fox is feeling it right now. The quick release off the catch and shoot.
Eubanks, no good. Here are the Spurs with the ball. It's a 3-point game.
How about the feel and the awareness he had there, finding his teammate behind the defense on the break.
Leonard inside. Wembanyama on him. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Eubanks finds Harden. Just 5 to shoot. He takes it in.
And the wingspan of Wembanyama, massive. He's fantastic at using it to erase shots.
And stolen by Simmons. Right side Jones. Pass to Eubanks. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. Here's Simmons. A rebound by the Spurs.
Oh, you can tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
Wembanyama, no good. The Clippers in the lead. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but has also led the league in assists. So, it's pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Oh, don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Bucket is good. And opening day here for both of these teams. Brent Barry, the fans are full of optimism.
Well, the seeds have been planted in the offseason, Kevin. What's about to bloom for these franchises as the year goes on? I mean, lots of movement around the league, but it's about the growth of your favorite team and watching these storylines play out as teams march towards the playoffs. A long ways away, but tonight's where it starts. The instincts tonight for Harden, razor sharp. He just knows when to pop up.
Fox to the right side. Wembanyama looking it over. That's tipped. Leonard with no one around. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Leonard's got 7 points. Will it go? Over to the wing. Pass to Wembanyama. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot. Now with 2 fouls here in the first quarter, everything changes for him. He's got to be more careful on defense.
And he makes the first. Brent, I've always thought the stoic demeanor of Kawhi Leonard was very imposing for an opponent.
Well, there's just no rattling, right, Kevin? How many times have you seen Kawhi Leonard get outside of himself, react to a call, become emotional? Now, as a teammate, you have to have an understanding that he might not motivate you in that way, but certainly as an opponent, it's intimidating. I remember playing against John Stockton and Karl Malone much in the same way. Emotionless, relentless, that's sometimes intimidating for an opponent.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And from beyond the arc, he puts a stop to that 12-0 run by the Clippers.
Outside for Simmons. 2 on the clock. That shot misses. And so it's Los Angeles, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. A terrific tempo and a great... And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Clippers.
They have started this game looking to push the tempo, and it's working for them. Great job of scoring in transition.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal, and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
Drew Eubanks out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Harden. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Simmons in at the 2. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Clock at 6. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And it's Leonard missing.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot, just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
3-pointer. Oh, and he misses the dunk.
And, you know, he just got a little ahead of himself on that one. How does a great finisher not dunk that ball? I still can't figure that one out.
Got that one up quick. And that's now 7 points for Victor Wembanyama.
Showing he's more than just an interior threat. Wembanyama also possesses that reliable jump shot.
Harden outside. And Jones now atop the key. Shoots over Fox. The putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And forget the pretty offensive skills. Simmons using his length to get some gritty points on that play.
Here's Fox, and it's Fox with the jam.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Here's Mamu Kelishvili, guarded by Harden. Here's Wembanyama. Wembanyama getting it done inside.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do.
Harden kicks to Simmons. Back to Harden. Harden draws the double. Leonard against Wembanyama. Oh.
It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
Fox with it, outguarded by Simmons. Fox goes in, and it's Fox with the jam.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. You know, Brent, De'Aaron Fox, I mean, how do you cover him?
Well, Kevin, the first thing I do is ask for help. I keep my other defenders aware that I'm not going to slow this guy down at any point. So try to get him to his offhand, which is his right hand, and then make sure that he's taking more shots and not being in transition, because that's where De'Aaron Fox is at his best.
more and more improved floor awareness for De'Aaron Fox.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers in Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
Offensive rebound. The kick out to Fox. Back to Wembanyama. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Wembanyama has got the lead up to 2 now for the Spurs. The drive by Simmons. Here's Eubanks. Leonard dishes to Jones. Kicks it out to Harden. Launches it from deep. Rebound by Sohan.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Harden surveying the D. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
Just simply creating offense. That's what James Harden is. He is the system.
Back to Fox. And he lays it straight in. Fox has got 10 points in the game.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Harden. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox.
James Harden has really made a science of working himself to the free throw line, and we see that here once again.
And both free throws good for James Harden.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
The shot by Wembanyama, no good. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets.
Leonard can do this. He can just take over a game offensively.
Out to the right wing. Here's Castle. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Fox has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Spurs lead by 2. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much here with Greg Popovich. Pop, in a close game, what makes the difference in the second?
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter. See you in just a bit.
Checking out Los Angeles. Like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone. And let's get into this first half. A super close game for the Clippers so far.
How have they kept it this close? Their D has been invisible.
And that's a halftime.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
On the court right now for the Spurs, Johnson is out there with Devin Vassell. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Bassey in at the 5 down low. The kick out to Brown. Back to Zubac. San Antonio with the rebound. And here is Vassell. Bassey. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Bassey's got the opening bucket to start the second half for San Antonio. He gets that one.
Got to have good court awareness, and it was on display right there from Bogdanovic.
Vassell with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovic. Offensive rebound. Vassell, the pass to Bassey. Here's Champagny. Tries again. It's hauled in by Coffee.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
Now here's Powell. Scoreless thus far. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Back to Powell. Here's Zubac. Off target with the jump hook. Spurs have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. And Zubac has proven that, Brent, there's still a place in the league for old school centers.
Well, I think he plays, Kevin, with a combination of talent around him that allows him to situate himself right where he needs to be. Impactful around the basket, a huge rebounding presence, a guy that brings some physicality, and he's been in a perfect slot to show why it is he's such a valuable NBA player.
And they're pushing it up. Goes up, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
Yeah, Barnes making that dunk look really easy.
Clippers trail by 8. Bogdanovich looking around. And the shot is good.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Vassell outside. Pass to Champagny. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Off target with his 3. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Coffee passes to Pop. Can't hit from in close. Spurs leading by 6. Here's Barnes, and the dunk by Barnes.
And just feeding the open man. Nice recognition there from Vassell.
And taken away by Johnson. Here he goes. And Johnson with the stuff.
Excellent. On both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
Looking now at some numbers for Zubac. Last year, getting it done. And he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
And it's a pretty terrific feat to finish top 3 in field goal percentage. Just a testament to how hard he works to become the consummate pro.
Doesn't get any easier for Zubac. He'll take those anytime he gets it.
Beyond the arc. Vassell, no good. Pass to Champagny. Now, here's Vassell. To the paint, 4 on the clock.
And since he entered the league, Vassell's playmaking has really come a long way. He is a solid creator.
And Coffee gets it to go.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Spurs leading by 8. Poke loose. Barnes grabs the miss. Spurs have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. On the wing, Barnes sinks the triple. Barnes has got 9 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And the dunk by Barnes.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Powell. Softly drops in the floater.
Powell with a little teardrop action that time.
And Bogdanovich picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
17 seconds left to play in the third. Wembanyama outside. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got his 5th assist in this one.
Sometimes you watch Wembanyama and think this guy is a cheat code, hitting threes at well over 7 feet tall.
tries to hit him. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's San Antonio leading. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
And sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Simmons. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Drew Eubanks. Then it's Harden, and it's Jones in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons.
Great energy on the deflection, and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Here's Wembanyama for 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. Wembanyama's got the lead up to 14 now for San Antonio. It's Harden with the drive. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
Fox, no good. Los Angeles has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. It's good.
And this is vintage James Harden, getting to his spots and just punishing the defense.
Fox passes to Mamu Kelishvili. No good on the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Well, overall, he has played basically flawless basketball, but that was a bad turnover.
6 on the shot clock. And Fox gets it to go. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Spurs.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
Here's Mamu Kelishvili. They get it back. Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
And this kid is tough. Wembanyama just powering it in despite the contact.
It's tipped. Mamu Kelishvili passes to Wembanyama. And the shot goes in. Wembanyama's got 21.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Here's Simmons. Kicks it out to Leonard. There's the pick. Jacks up a 3. A rebound by the Spurs. Pass to Wembanyama. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
A generational talent. For Wembanyama, the sky is the limit and the reality.
2 shots.
And both free throws good for Wembanyama. We've heard players and coaches complain, Brent, that the rules are too skewed in favor of the offense. You think that's true?
Well, Kevin, offense sells, and the fact that we've talked about how the league has increased pace, you don't really even have time to play defense in today's game. The one thing that I do like is that the league has allowed for some variance and some zone defense to start to be employed. So tactically, coaches are trying to throw different strategies out there, but man-to-man, man, it's hard.
Buries it from three-point range.
And seeing Leonard hit the corner 3, I'm reminded of his Game 7 dagger when Toronto beat Philly and went on to win it all.
Wembanyama, a screen on Hart. Pulls from the top of the key. That's good from Wembanyama on the assist by Fox. Fox has got assist number 7 for him tonight. And Simmons kicks to Leonard. That 3 off the mark. And here are the Spurs. They're on a 13-5 run.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Spurs.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Victor Wembanyama.
Well, the tone was set by him defensively tonight. Recorded a number of blocks, and that was a big difference maker, intimidating the other team.
Los Angeles has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
Here's Fox. Outside for Wembanyama. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Rebounded by the Spurs. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. The kick out to Fox. Pass to Mamu Kalashvili. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Here's Castle. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Spurs lead by 21.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's it.
joining us. All right, look here at the passing numbers over the last several months for Chris Paul.
One aspect of his game that suffered the past few months, passing the basketball. He hasn't shown that same creativity that we've seen from him earlier in the year, and his assists are down.
Now the starting group for San Antonio. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. Then there's Barnes. And it's Mamukelashvili in at the 4 slot. And for Minnesota, Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1.
I'll tell you, totally fluid mechanics by Jaden McDaniels. Ready in the catch-and-shoot situation, folks.
Doris, one of the most physical guards in the NBA, Anthony Edwards.
If you want to talk about a prototypical NBA body, it's Anthony Edwards. He's got size, strength, athleticism, but beyond that, he's so skilled. 3-level scorer, versatile on the defensive end, fearless when it matters. Anthony Edwards may be the next face of the league.
Now here's McDaniels. Reid can't hit.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Fox against Edwards. Fox goes in. Pass to Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Handle a screen on Fox. Here's DiVincenzo. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Pass to Fox. Here's Castle. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And what strength by Castle. A tough-nosed guard who knows how to score through contact.
You know, Grant, you talk to scouts about Stephon Castle. They just feel like this guy's a winner.
Well, certainly we saw that in Connecticut. Now, as a freshman, he was a key piece in their title run. He actually turned up his game in the tournament, and that's rare for any freshman.
For 3, Randle, the rebound by Victor Wembanyama.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
And Fox powers it home.
Liftoff there for Fox, showing how high up he can get.
And Minnesota with possession here. San Antonio getting their last shot to go. Randle outside. Buries it from 3.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
San Antonio leading. Fox outside. Pass to Wembanyama. Here he goes. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Oh, ferocious on the attack. Once Wembanyama gets into the lane, the defense is done.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
San Antonio leading by 4. And here's Fox. Outside for Wembanyama. We've got 1:48 left in the first quarter here. Pass to Castle. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Edwards looking for an opening. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Well, Doris, we've heard Anthony Edwards declare himself as the best player in the league.
Well, B.A., when you got the game to back it up, you don't mind putting yourself out there. And Anthony Edwards has charisma, highly skilled, and he's fearless when it matters most. Look out for the Ant-Man.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you. And Edwards, here we go. Here's McDaniels. Minnesota again missing.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Here's Mamukelashvili. DiVincenzo against Fox. Wembanyama. The basket's good off the assist from Fox. Wembanyama's got 6 points.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
Randall a screen on Fox. The three, DiVincenzo. Counted from distance.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now here's Fox. He's got 5. Wembanyama, no good. There's 21 seconds left in the first. Here's Edwards. He had 25 points in his last game. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. Fox deciding where to go with it. Wembanyama with 1 on the clock. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good!
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
And to me, the way you...
And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for San Antonio. Dominating on the glass. What a quarter. Back after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. What do you guys think about San Antonio here in this one?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. We've got Wembanyama. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. Then it's Harrison Barnes. And it's Mamukelashvili in at the 4-man position. Edwards with it. Pass to McDaniels. It's stolen by Barnes. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. Nice move. And Fox takes it all the way to the rim.
Yeah, excellent work in transition from Fox. Pushing the pace and supporting the fast break.
Now Edwards. We're excited to be here for opening day tip-off, Doris. It feels like the league is in a great place.
There is no doubt, B.A., absolutely. To me, more talent in the league right now than potentially we've ever had before. And I don't just mean star talent. There's a depth of quality skill across the board. We know the shooting has revolutionized the game. It's going to be a fun year.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. They get the rebound. Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down hard.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
Randall a screen on Fox. And they call an illegal screen here. And with this pause, a check on the stats to show you which teams led the league in assists last year. San Antonio in second.
They were patient, and they were also unselfish. And it helps to have guys who are willing to make the next pass.
Fox outside. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
And Nas Reed has proven to be a matchup nightmare for opposing big men, Doris.
He has, B.A., and the reason is he's bigger and stronger than most 4 men. Traditional 5s are too slow to stay with him. He can space you out to the 3-point line, or he can punish you on the inside. Nas has got big-time game.
Fox with the ball. Picked up by Reed. From deep, Wembanyama. The basket's good off the assist from Fox. Wembanyama's got 5 points in the quarter.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
DiVincenzo can't hit. And so it's Fox with it. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Reed. Lots of room. And he nails the jumper.
Well, Nas Reed doesn't operate often in the mid-range, but if you concede it, he'll take it.
Fox against McDaniels. Outside Wembanyama. From downtown. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Now here's Edwards. Defense right on him. goes careening off the glass. Fox outside. Over Edwards. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
He was all alone on that one. DiVincenzo's got 6.
Yeah, there's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Outside for Wembanyama. 1:11 left in the second. Oh, the body control and balance from Wemby.
Man, Wembanyama getting it done. Woo!
Outside Edwards. Outside McDaniels. 6 on the shot clock. Randall outside. From behind the arc. Rebounded by the Spurs. Wembanyama's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. For 3. Ooh, Wembanyama just too good.
You like how their perimeter game is building out. They're feeling it right now.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Randall a screen on Fox. DiVincenzo pass to Reed. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Spurs lead by 7. Going all the way to the rack. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
He is such an elusive cover. The Frenchman Wembanyama is especially hard to stop in transition.
It's Edwards on the wing. Over Kessel. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so the San Antonio Spurs. Okay, Ali, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
And just to throw you guys a little curveball here, what's your take on the alternate floor designs teams are using these days? And now let's discuss this game. Talk about a strong start for the Spurs.
You know, on the boards, they've been...
That does it for halftime.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. You know, Victor Wembanyama has been exceptional here, guys.
And just halfway through this contest, he's already registered a double-double.
That takes a level of aggression and a level of focus, and he has brought it all night thus far.
We've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Rudy Gobert is out there with Miller. Then there's Dillingham, and it's Minot in at the small forward position. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Up top, Vassell, covered by Alexander Walker. Vassell can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail by 7. And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And B.A., you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure.
Pass to Johnson. Here's Bassie. Vassell with it, and it's Gobert picking him up. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Now Miller. Tipped away. Outside Johnson. Pass to Champagny. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, B.A., because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
And it's Alexander Walker penetrating. Second shot opportunity. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Devin Vassell.
Well, if you're on the defensive end, you can't fall for Rudy Gobert's tricks. This guy is very crafty at using that up fake.
And so Gobert nails both of them. Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we see a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Pass to Dillingham. Shot clock at 5. Gobert up top. Gobert showing his skill inside.
You love the touch from Rudy Gobert. He's put a ton of work into his offensive game.
Now here's Vassell, covered by Alexander Walker. Stop the drought. And Vassell with the lay-in. And the Spurs lead by 5.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Now here's Alexander Walker, tightly guarded. There's a minute 59 left to play in the third quarter here. To the inside, Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
That is right in Gobert's window. Make it easy.
Vassell outside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
And he gets the bucket.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Vassell outside. There's a screen. Fires from deep. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Outside, Alexander Walker. Pass to Gobert. Oh, ferocious from Gobert.
Terrific energy at both ends to sustain this run.
They found their composure on both ends of the floor, and that is what triggered this run.
Vassell passes to Bassie. Now Vassell. Miller pulls it in. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. "20 seconds left in the third. Gobert with a screen on Vassell. Here's Dillingham. Pass to Gobert. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Here's Alexander Walker. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
And it didn't fall, but still a great look.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. So on the floor for the Spurs, we've got Barnes. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Mamukelashvili in at the power forward position.
Well, if the basket is within reach, Julius Randle understands how to finish.
McDaniels against Fox. Reed with the rebound. The Timberwolves trail. Randle right side. Edwards against Barnes. Randle a screen on Barnes. Outside Edwards. To tie it up. And that one is right through the heart. And this game is tied up now.
You can really see their confidence growing as this game has gone on. They have reason to believe that.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
A rough game for him scoring the ball. Just can't seem to get it going.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth. Powerful finish by Edwards.
Boy, the quickness off the dribble drive by Anthony Edwards. Being able to put it on the deck, so important.
To the paint. Out to Fox. Launches it. Sinks the tray. And the Spurs lead by 1.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And this is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
These defenders really need to man up, particularly in the lane.
Here goes Fox, and it's Fox with the jam.
Explosive speed gives Fox the clear advantage on the drive. He gets down the lane so fast.
Mamukelishvili passes to Wembanyama, shoots over Reed. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. And now a three-point San Antonio lead. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Spurs.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
Second chance points have also been a big part of what's happened in this game. Crashing the boards with authority, turning those opportunities into second chance points. Boy, big time on the offensive glass.
Fox with the ball, now guarded by McDaniels. From deep, Wembanyama. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got 4 rebounds now. There's a minute 47 left in the game. Now here's Edwards. He's guarded closely. Misses from close range. Fox against Edwards. Fox outside. And he lobs it up to the rim. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. And here we go. The Timberwolves on the run. And he jams it home with authority.
Such an impressive athlete. Mr. McDaniels sent it in.
Fox right side. Oh, got a piece of it. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by McDaniels.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
And he hits it and gets hacked. A 3-point chance here. If he can pan, no surprise here. At this stage of the game, they're going to use the coach's challenge to make them take another look at the call.
Foul call still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And he buries it. And that one brings him within 1.
Big time shot, sending his teammates into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
This demonstrates leadership. Victor wanting to be the guy to make the big shot.
And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for Minnesota. 40 seconds left in the fourth. Out to the right wing. Reed finds Randall. Now here's Edwards. Just 5 on the clock. To tie it up. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Here's Castle, guarded by Edwards. Here's Castle. Three-pointer. And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. And this was an emotional win for them. No doubt about it.
Minnesota. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Reed is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Here they are, game one of the season. Wow, it's fun to be here. And Clark, this is the culmination of all the hard work put in over the summer.
Yeah, you talk to the players on both sides, and there's optimism about this upcoming year. We'll see if that optimism is justified over time.
5 on the clock. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Randall from outside. Here's Reed. Back to McDaniel. It's good from long range.
Right there, Daniels is saying, you got to come get me if you want to stop me.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a three-point game. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. About a minute played so far here in the first. DiVincenzo against Simmons. Randall a screen on Harden. Shot clock at 5. Here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stop.
And we all know how explosive Edwards can be, reminding us there with that thunderous slam.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Here is Edwards. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot.
A superstar level talent for sure. Anthony Edwards is awesome, but I like his competitive spirit as much as his skills.
Minnesota shooting their first free throws here tonight. And Edwards drops them both.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Reed against Harden. Up and in on the layup. Harden's got 5 now.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Edwards kicks to Reed. Reed with a screen for Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
And this is some serious showmanship. Loving that tomahawk right there.
Greg, he came with force, and that's not just about getting 2 points. That was sending, I think, a message.
Well said, because it really could shift momentum here. I mean, the energy you see from the guys on the bench, when they get pumped up like that, I think everybody gets pumped up.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
DiVincenzo against Simmons. Now here's DiVincenzo. He started closer. Out to Edwards. Picked by Reed. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
I tell you what, Edwards has a really nice, smooth release, and that shot looked in the moment it left his hand.
And that one's good, Leonard.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Edwards. That shot is off. Good work defensively by Harden. Here's Leonard. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Edwards. Driving in. And Edwards slams it in.
Edwards is a load to stop on the bounce simply because he's got a football player's build.
Harden dishes to Leonard. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. Julius Randle picks one up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Leonard hits them both.
You know, when you talk Kawhi Leonard, you start with his defense, and I don't know if there's a better wing defender around.
Reed with a screen for Edwards. The 3. Reed gets the bucket.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong... Mercy, mercy me. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
So they take the lead. Harden's got 9.
They're finding lanes into the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
A 3 for DiVincenzo. Harden grabs the miss. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they felled the Wolves.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
Yeah, and I think they just seem to be a page behind, a step slower out there all game.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Nailed from three-point land. 13 points in the game.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Clippers have gone an incredible 8 of 9 from the field. Harden against McDaniel. A 3 from Leonard. That shot off. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for Minnesota. He put together quite a quarter. 13. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Derek Jones. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Drew Eubanks. Then it's Harden, and it's Simmons in at the 2-guard spot. Edwards finds Reed. Offline with his 3. The Clippers in the lead. Here's Jones. Kicks it out to Harden. Leonard with a screen on Edwards. Floats one up. It's laid in by Harden. Harden's got the lead up to 4 now for Los Angeles. Edwards looking it over. Edwards loves it in there.
Boy, you love to see Edwards shine on offense like this. I know it's got to be making his coach happy, too.
Here's Leonard. Harden outside. Launches it. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 4 rebounds in this game. Randall outside. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall.
The D has gotten a little bit laxed here, defending the triple.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Alder. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. Leonard inside. He's against Reed. Leonard, no luck.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Edwards passes to McDaniel. Randall with a screen for Edwards. Outside for Randall. Kept alive. Here's Reed. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Clippers trail by 4. Leonard, that's for 2. Leonard battling for 2. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Clippers have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. 3-pointer. Kawhi, good!
Hey, when Kawhi Leonard's hitting like that, there's not much you can do on D.
Reed with a screen on Harden. Pass to Reed. And Reed throws it down.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to just one on the bucket from James Harden. And Reed has it in the corner. And here is McDaniel. Reed with a screen for McDaniel. Baseline jumper. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
From deep, Harden. Count it. And he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Pass to Reed. It's tipped. Edwards passes to Reed. And Reed throws it down.
That's what you want to see. Reed playing big in there.
Here's Jones. Julius Randle with the rebound. Looking at the last game for the Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee. Edwards passes to DiVincenzo. Connects from three-point range. DiVincenzo's got his third basket of the night right there.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Kicks it out to Harden. Leonard sets a screen for Harden. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
33.
I think for the Timberwolves, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big.
And turning our attention back to that first half of action, guys, Anthony Edwards was in complete control. That is more than enough.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
They've got Gobert. Dillingham is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Miller, and it's Minot in at the 3 spot. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half.
What a...
Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
The line for your Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert. 21. The play is under the review of the NBA rules. The officials will have 2 minutes.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Gobert, no good on that free throw. Special K, we know the trade for Rudy Gobert took some time to click, but now it's looking like a great move.
Well, you know, figuring out how to play 2 bigs in this day and age with the way the game is played, pretty tricky, a slippery slope. And they stayed with it, to their credit, the Minnesota Timberwolves. And once they got it sorted out, Gobert was a force with his defense and his scoring out of the pick and roll. And I think one of the things undervalued in Gobert's improvement is the addition of Mike Conley. They've got a tremendous relationship, and I think Mike Conley's presence has been a real asset for Gobert as well. Far from just a perimeter shooter, I like seeing Batum go to work in the painted area.
Here's Alexander Walker. He is covered by Bogdanovich. Alexander Walker with the ball. And it's Miller in the corner. Gobert with a wide open look. Off target from outside. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for L.A. Trailing by 4. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Oh, and Dunn is an animalistic dunker, slamming it home with some major force.
Here's Alexander Walker. No scoring in this one. Baseline try, and again it's Minnesota.
A quick trigger, and from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Out to the right wing. Here's Coffey. Plays it up and banks it in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
Here's Coffey. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Coffey's got 5 points now this quarter.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Miller with a screen on Bogdanovich. Here's Alexander Walker. Miller kicks to Gobert. Gobert, the screen. To the middle. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. It's time now to look at the NBA's toughest defensive teams from a season ago. The Timberwolves, number 1.
Defense was their identity, and that's how they're going to beat you. And they did it better than anyone in the league.
Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. 1:43 left in the third quarter. It's stolen by Gobert. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Alexander Walker. They get the rebound. Down low. Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
What a move by Gobert. Closing that open space in the pick and roll.
Dunn. If it counts, Dunn's got 6.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Clippers trail by 4. Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Zubac. Got a piece of it. On against Gobert. Out left to the wing. Dillingham wide open, and he fires. Now, Alexander Walker. Miller outside. Here's Gobert. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I like seeing Gobert use the shot fake because it's an effective way to get the defenders into the paratroopers club.
And Gobert drops them both. 24 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Gobert brings the double team. Pass to Dunn. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
You can see which team.
Too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And the NBA Replay Center in
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Drew Eubanks. Then it's Simmons. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Harden in at the point guard.
And we are seeing tonight why Edwards was selected first overall. Anthony has a special ability to score. Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Edwards against Harden. 5 to shoot. And the wide open shot from Reed. And the three ball is good. Reed's got the lead up to 9 now for Minnesota.
Off-ball preparation paying off for Reed. He was just waiting for that pass.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Edwards. And there's... whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. McDaniels dishes to Randall. Just 5 on the clock.
Simmons is very skilled on defense. He just knows where to be and how to guard whoever he's on. Versatile is part of his defensive skill set too.
Clippers trail by 9. Leonard with no one around. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
Stolen by Harden. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And that's the connection Leonard has with his guys. Knows when to go for that alley-oop.
The shot's good from DiVincenzo. And the Timberwolves lead by 6.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Well, how about this factoid? James Harden drawing another foul. And in other news, water is wet too.
Here's DiVincenzo. And there's the whistle that's going to go on James Harden. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Inside. Stripped away.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Well, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
There's the drive. Got a hand on it. Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
And the jam by Harden.
How good is that? Harden commanding the ball in these moments. Loves stepping up at crucial times.
DiVincenzo with it. Jones covering. There's 1:59 left in the fourth quarter. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's foul number 2 for him. On the wing, DiVincenzo, guarded by Harden. LA has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight, 50% exactly. Leonard looking over the floor. Pass to Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Leonard sets a screen for Harden to take the lead, and he sinks the layup. Harden's got 24 points.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
DiVincenzo gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
Look at DiVincenzo going on the attack. Knows they need some points on this possession, and he delivered.
Stolen by McDaniels. 1:03 left in the fourth quarter. Reed with a screen on Harden. Here's McDaniels. Good! And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
I love the fact they've done tremendous work on the offensive glass. A lot of second chance opportunities as they've kept that ball alive. Boy, it's a scary sight when Kawhi Leonard starts lighting it up like this.
There's 31 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. DiVincenzo against Harden. DiVincenzo kicks to Reed. It's 2-on-1. Here's Simmons. Yes!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
DiVincenzo against Harden. A 3-ball. He's off from 3. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ballgame.
And that's curtains for him. Some really good work at the charity stripe to close this one out.
Minnesota calls timeout. 1 second left to play in the final quarter. What do you think, guys?
Well, it's going to take a miracle for them here, or actually a miracle three-pointer and a foul. This one's over.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. A 3 from Leonard. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. A truly gutsy performance. All right, DA, thanks again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kelly.